what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to cover important reminders y'all might want to take care of before maintenance. I would also like to respect my viewers' precious time, so be sure to use the timestamp chapters in the video playbar, as well in the video description, to help you get the info you need from this video faster, back to your day. Okay, so one of the first things I'm going to mention this week is going to be that maintenance is actually going to be taking place 3 hours earlier. So this is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time for me, so keep in mind this is going to affect your local time zone. Now something else I want to mention is you see here on the screen, this is the Arks Visiophone website, and the wonderful people here at the Arks Visiophone website keep keywords logged in. And you can see all these different keywords that are going to be expiring coming up here soon. So you can see here this Gosh I Love Sports Ball. This one right here in particular is going to be expiring here with coming up on August 3rd. So make sure that you've typed that into the game if you haven't yet, so you get your prizes. And as well, there's also this PSO2 11th anniversary right here. This one also is going to be expiring on August 1st. So make sure you all type these in too, just in case if you haven't before, make sure that you get your rewards from these. I'll leave a link in the video description below to the Arks Visiophone keyword website link here. That way so y'all can click on this and have it bookmarked or just easily get a hold of these and you can copy paste them. And I'll also put in the video description below the actual keywords here, these two that I mentioned for y'all. So this week I wanted to mention there is a monthly trade for Genesis points via the NPC Arche here. And there's actually some pretty useful stuff in here that you can trade in for. Towards the bottom you can trade in for Aegis Integras, you can trade in for the Ajax armors. There's also some pretty good capsules here that you can trade in for and stuff too, as well as just for like some random materials and whatnot. So make sure that you hit this before it resets. Like I said before, this is a monthly trade, but it's pretty good to go ahead and at least get the Aegis Integras. So this is going to be the last week that you have to progress your seasonal points for the event. So the NPC Ziandi here, you want to make sure that you come to Ziandi and just look through the seasonal point trade shop here. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. Just make sure that you've traded in for everything that you need, everything that you want, because after this week's over, the shop's still going to be here for an additional week, but you won't be able to actually accrue any more points. So this is going to be the last chance you have really to go through and just accrue your points via the limited time seasonal quest. Now saying that, the limited time seasonal quest as well is going to be coming to an end here, and it's a pretty fun little quest here, Nazoon's Big Quiz Part 2. So you can see here that the PSO2 11th SP scratch is still going to be lasting an additional week, so you'll still be able to actually like use your exchange tickets and stuff like that after this week is over, but you won't be able to actually accrue any more of the tickets either. To my knowledge, I think there's not going to be no way to obtain any more of those after this week. So you can currently get those as drops inside the limited time quest, as well as you can also get some from some like tasks and stuff like that. And there's a couple of them inside the seasonal point trade shop, and there was some really good stuff here in the prize listing as well. A lot of really good camos, build parts, costumes, just various things like that. So we do currently have an Arks record ranking going on. If you go open your menu, go to personal, Arks record, random challenge records, you can find it right here. It's the North Retem board stage 1. Now you can go through and just do this one run and you can get a hold of Arks record badge 20, which would be the minimum participation reward. As long as you finish it one run, it doesn't matter how good you do, you're going to get rewards from it. And if you want to try to go even faster, you can possibly get like silver or gold. Now something really cool to make note of this is you can actually do these for every ship. This is a separate ranking per ship. So if you go and have a character on ship 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can actually go and get a record ranking reward on every ship. And then you can use those record ranking rewards for getting star gems, while you can use your main ship for getting like the arms runners or the camos or just what have you. So it's a pretty nice little way to get some extra rewards every week. Now the way that you would find this, if you open up your map and you go to World, and you can select it right here. It's in North Retem. It's at this Maraba Canyon Ryuka right here, and there's this little terminal right here next to us. And this is where you would start it. Okay, so something I'm going to mention as well that's going to be going away. There's currently an AC sale going on. Now this isn't exactly a sale per se, it's just more like a bonus. So this premium 90-day set right here that you can find in the AC shop, now this is 3300 AC for 90 days of premium, which is the regular price that it always costs anyways. But as you can see in the middle of the screen currently, if you purchase this, you also get a bonus of the 11th anniversary memories ticket that comes along with it too. And you get 3 of these tickets. Now you can actually use these tickets inside of the scratch that's down here towards the bottom, which is the 11th anniversary's memory. And there's some pretty good stuff inside of here too. It's a good time to snag up some of these emotes and just various accessories and stuff too, while this stuff's kind of like floating around in the market. Everybody's been getting a hold of these recently via like daily tasks. Everyone's been getting 2 of these for daily tasks. So we do have an AC scratch that's going to be coming to an end. It's going to be Designer Dreams July 23. So if you've been scratching on this, make sure you use any of your exchange tickets that you have, as well as just a good idea to go through this prize listing here and just last chance to check some of the items to see if there's anything in here that you want. Whether you want to scratch for it or try to buy it from the player shops, all of this stuff will likely go up in price just because once the scratch is gone, that's usually just what happens. The price of things goes up in the value of Masada. So that's going to be your last chance to kind of pick some of these things up or just add them to your wish list or whatever. So as part of the video, I think most of my viewers will already know where the trades I'm about to mention are. So here's a checklist on the screen you can pause to save yourself some time. And this is weekly trades that you should be doing every week. I'm going to go to each one of these locations and showcase them some as usual for those of you that don't know where these trades are. So at first we're going to go ahead and go to the first shop on the left in Central City here, Item Trader Travis. Now Travis has item exchange, and at the bottom down here you can get a hold of 3 of these N-Augmentation success rate 10% items. It just takes 30 gold Prim swords, which is really cheap to get off the player market. You probably have a bunch of them saved from like running various quests and stuff. Now the next one we're going to mention is going to be Arks Record Badge Exchange. Now the Arks Record Badge Exchange, you want to make sure that you hit your weekly star gems here. And as I mentioned before, you can actually acquire these Arks Record badges on multiple ships too. If you have multiple characters and like spread around other ships, you can actually go and do the Arks Record rankings on other ships, which allows you to get a hold of more Arks Record badges really easy. Just from the rankings. Even if you're just getting like bronze, you'll get more badges, and then you can get a hold of like these Arms Refiner 2s and the Star Gems and so forth. Now another one we'll mention is going to be the Item Exchange Stia. Towards the middle of the trade here, you can actually get a hold of some Arms Refiners as well as Out Secret Cores and some of these doable stats and stuff. And this is a weekly trade here too. Now another one that's very, very important is the Aegis Interga Exchange. The Aegis Interga Exchange, you can actually trade in for like the Aegis Souls and all the different dominoes to make Hal Finale, which is a very expensive capsule. And then next we'll also mention the Giga Strugment Exchange. All of this stuff here in the Giga Strugment Exchange, which you get for defeating Alio Gigantics enemies. You get a hold of these Giga Strugments, and you can trade it for these camos as well as some of these like capsules and stuff. So keep in mind this is also a weekly trade too. So next we're going to go ahead and go over here to the final shop on the right in Central City, and this is going to be the Item Lab. Now at the bottom of the Item Lab is exchange materials, other enhancement materials, and you can trade in for 10 gold Prim Sword 2s here, as well as gold Prim Armor 2. And it just takes grinders to trade in for these. You can also trade in for like your Photon chunks, your Arms Refiner 2s and stuff. All of this stuff is pretty important for like maxing out your gear, so keep this in mind. Especially with the new gear that's going to be coming up soon, it's going to be good to have like a little stockpile of some of this stuff to enhance your gear with. And then next we're going to go ahead and run up here to the Alliance Activity Support NPC Tim. Now Tim has some exchanges here as well for doing Alliance tasks, and you can get a hold of weekly star gems here. So make sure that you trade them for these. You can see I didn't even trade them for mine yet, so we're getting ours right now. And then some of these triggers right here actually hold some value too, so you can either run these with your friends or alliance mates, or you can just sell them on the market. Either way, you can make some pretty good Masada off of a lot of this stuff. The Dark Falls Interception ones in particular, actually, you can get a Ratty Soul 4 from, which is used to make Gladial Souls, so these sell for quite a bit of money, so that's a good one to do there. So the last trade we're going to mention is going to be going back to base PSO2 to get the weekly Casino Star Gems, and that's always an important thing to have more Star Gems. And now the way that you get the base PSO2, you have to have it downloaded first. It's a separate DLC, but I would suggest having it just because you can get a lot of extra stuff from base PSO2. The way that you get there is from any Ryuker. If you go to block transfer, and up at the very top you can transfer to a PSO2 block. So another way that you get the base PSO2 is via the ship selection screen. Once you select the ship that you're on, and then from there going to character creation and going to character selection, you can see that there's an option for PSO2 NGS, and right underneath of that is an option for base PSO2. Okay, so upon logging into base PSO2, it's going to put you here in the Ark ship lobby. If you turn around and go right here into the elevator, you can go to the shopping plaza and you jump down, and if you turn around again, it's going to put you right here at the entrance of the casino. Now once inside of the casino, if you run over to the left, there's a prize attendant here, Chip, and Chip has limited time prize exchanges here for casino star gems. And I try to do this every single week, so there's actually a trade for 10 as well as a trade for 5. Now the 5 one's going to be quite a bit more expensive, but it's a pretty nice little amount of star gems that you can get weekly. Now, if you're unaware of how to get a hold of these casino coins, there's an NPC right here that has some various little tasks around the casino if it's your first time in here. And upon doing that, you're going to get some casino coin passes, and you can take them to this Vol Dragon machine here. And you can spin it either 1 time or 5 times. We're going to go ahead and spin it 5 times just to show you. You can see I have a lot of these casino passes actually stocked up. And he'll spit out like a random value of coins, with the minimum being 100 each. Now, another way that you can go hold these casino coin passes is actually pretty easy. It's via doing daily tasks. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the main Ark ship lobby again. So here we are back in the main Ark ship lobby, and if you run over to the left, you can see the daily order attendant right here. And the daily order attendant, usually she has some really easy to do stuff down here that you can accrue a lot of, just like for like gathering things, doing like harvesting and fishing and stuff. But as well, throughout the listing, there's also some collect orders that you could grab, and there's a little NPC support partner that you could actually send out to do little missions, and they'll just gather these things like on the side for you. But another thing that you could also do is you could just grab any of these like easily kill orders and stuff like that. Usually I just have a bunch of these actually just stocked up. As you can see, I have a bunch of these like various like harvesting ones stocked up. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn in one of these items here. So for this order in particular, you can see I have 151 of this item. I'm going to adjust the value to just turn in one because I want to save the other items to turn in for other characters and other like daily tasks and stuff like that. Now once I actually complete this, I'm going to back out, and you can see it pops up that I've completed a daily order, giving me 5 casino coin passes. And that 5 casino coin passes is going to be a minimum of 500 casino coins. So this is a nice little thing that you can do for like weekly passive star gems from the casino in base PSO2. And once you have a nice little stockpile of all the items, it really becomes a really low effort star gem game. Now for these daily tasks, getting casino coins, you can actually do this per character that you have as well. So you can actually do this every single day on all characters that you have, turning in these little gathering items just to get some really easy casino coin passes. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a wonderful day, friends. See you in the next one.